Alright everyone, it's the Grim Lord here, and this is Grimm's Comics Corner. We're doing one that I already did, but deleted, making more work for myself, I guess. But here we go with Witchblade and Tomb Raider 0.5. This is a one-half issue, and it starts before a big arc that we're about to get into. Again, I already covered one of these, but because of the way the reading order is made, I actually have to cut a video into 3 parts because I have to put Witchblade comics in between those. So it's going to be a little confusing, I know, but since I've already recorded the darkness for it, I want to make sure everything's in reading order. So we got a little bit of a mess and a hassle, but I will fix it and get everything wrapped up perfectly as well as I can. And let's get started with Witchblade and Tomb Raider. This is very, very short. Okay, so I'm not doing it like this. We're actually going to switch it back for this. Not like that. There we go. Much better. My respected elder told me I had achieved all that I would as a mortal man. I would be content with that, or I would not. I was not. Then he said what was left for me was a guideless journey through thickets and darkness. And though the paths are many, the way is barred to most. They have not enough courage. My respected elder said he knew where one such path might begin, in New York, and a brownstone, in a gem. He was right that the path began in the gem. But there were no thickets or darkness. The dragon sought only illumination and blood. What a bloody mess. Tell you the truth, it's not as bad as it looks. Sarah! First of all, every one of these dead guys is a known criminal. Most of them are suspected killers. Hard to weep for them. Second, our forensic workup on the crime scene turned up DNA belonging to another known killer. Like I said, it's not as bad as it looks. You know who the killer is? Please share, darling. His name is Wing Fat. He's a Chinese national. 3-4 years ago, we had him nailed for 3 Tong killings in Chinatown. But he was attached to the Chinese consulate and had diplomatic immunity. The best we could do was get the State Department to declare him persona non grata and deport him. There was no question he was the killer. We had fat DNA match then, too. It still pisses me off that he got away. This is him. And it was his DNA we found all over our new crime scene. The thing is, though, last time Fat was the total pro. Get in, do the job, get out. No muss, no fuss. This scene looks more like the work of a nut job. As if, actually, you know what it reminds me of? Old Man Morato's killings. Except that can't be, because you've got the demon gem safely locked away. Lara, you are going to tell me it can't be the demon gem, right? Well, it's like this. I was off on an expedition when, oh hell, someone pinched the gem from my private gallery. What? Oh, if you'd told me, I could have gotten to Moroto and got some information. It wouldn't have done any good. I went to see him and I found him with my nose. He'd been dead perhaps 2 weeks. Hey, Pizzini, did you hear on the Squawk Box we got another gruesome one? They're asking for you since you took the last one. And break out your red silk. You're headed for Chinatown. Chinatown? Sounds like Wing Fat's going home to roost. Is this one as bad as it looks, Sarah? I'll say this, I'm glad I didn't have an expensive dinner. I'd feel obligated to keep in my stomach. But since they're all gangsters again, I've still seen worse. I would say the fact that they're gangsters again is of statistical importance. So would I. But this brutality goes beyond simple revenge. If it's revenge he was after. He served up some mighty cold dish. I'm Detective Chin, Chinatown Division. You're Pizzini, right? How about you and your friend follow me inside? Nearly every one of them's had his heart ripped out. And the Hung Quan, that means red pole. The leader, his head is dangling from his bedpost. So if you've got a suspect from the first slaughter, kick down, sister. Suspect's name is Wing Fat, Chin. Forensics turned up his DNA at the first crime scene. Yes, but we're reasonably certain that Fats received a dose of supernatural assistance. Supernatural, huh? I take it you didn't mean PCP. No. How do I put this, Sarah? Wing Fat got a hold of an artifact at Gem. You wouldn't believe the story. But the long and short of it is that Wing Fat, a former professional assassin, is now something much more than that. What much more? You see, there are rumors flying around Chinatown about a dragon come back for revenge. People are saying the Tongs have offended the ancient ghosts. Some of the more superstitious old world types been holing up like the world was ending. I'm sure they're thinking the further from the path of a dragon, the better. I hope they stay behind their doors when we get to him. I don't expect Wing Fat, dragon or not, to surrender meekly. It would be good if you and I found him first, Lara. Chin, have you taken steps to warn any of the local Tongs? Yeah, and the irony of us protecting them ain't lost on me. Usually we just clean up the mess that they leave behind. You want to head over there with me? He's already been here. Yes, but is he still here? I'm gonna check on the cops. Oh man, this is not good. We gotta stop this guy now, before he can get to anyone. Else, whoa! Heads up! I can't shoot! Chin's in the way! I've got him! I've got him! Don't shoot till I'm out of the way! Scratch that! Chin was your last, Wing Fat! The killing's through! That blast didn't do much. No, but I think your tough guy talk frightened it. Then again... Sarah, be ready to hit the deck! Lara, wait, don't! There are people nearby! The people are hiding. Are you ready? Blam! Bam! Kaboom! That was the craziest stunt I ever hoped to see you pull. Relax. Everyone emerged unscathed. Even the murderous Wing Fat. How do you feel now that you've shed your dragon? Oh no. You're not going to shoot him. I'm taking him in. And this time I hope he spends an eternity behind bars. I know killing, for I was professional. Yet the dragon's agenda was slaughter, and I was merely a vessel for its will. Never had I felt so helpless as when the dragon ripped apart his enemies. His enemies, not mine. I am ashamed at my part in their deaths. And so my respected elder was correct. The path indeed led to thickets and darkness. What he never prophesied was my relief at being taken by them. Alright guys, so that's all we've got. We got the Darkness number 7 coming up. And then, of course, we've got a bunch of Witchblades for you guys. So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a mess. I have to stitch a lot of videos together, but I'll do it. We'll get it worked out. Alright, I'm out.